and then just dominate the other team as well.
Yeah, and it looks like PPD and OpTic agrees with you, right? You were like, oh, Quap's gonna be good for FN here, but then you're like, maybe they won't. OpTic ended up banning it out. They just seem to like to agree with you and just ban out FN's heroes. But we do have the draft now, and actually CCNC, he's played what? Puck, Medusa, as well as Death Prophet. He's played some of those more sit-back heroes as well as those fast-paced heroes, and I think he's had a very good showing so far.
It's a high amount of versatility from him, but not necessarily the best performances. I would say there's definitely still room for improvement when it comes to CCNC, but it's still like when you're playing that many different, like this is not super, right?
Yeah.
Like you're not operating at 99% by only playing 3 heroes.
Yeah.
At least we're being able to see a lot of different looks from CCNC, which I think is very important. Again, talking about how OpTic have very versatile heroes and can, I think they can function with any one of their cores basically carrying a game, right? Like if it's a good game for Zai, like I think they're comfortable with Zai being like almost sort of the carry for that
like
game.
when he was Brewmaster yesterday.
Yeah, exactly.
Ban Sand King.
Speaking of Zai, I think that he kind of needed to replicate, Vanscore needs to kind of replicate what Zai has been doing. It's more about impactful ganks as well as finding the correct ones to go on. And so, for example, his Clockwork last game, he actually had, he cast his hookshot for 18 times and only missed thrice. And majority of those hookshots were onto the Luna, where he knows he could kill. So it's more about finding the right opportunities for your team to play around on, and I think Vanscore hasn't been doing that a lot in the past few games.
Yeah. Look at these bans.
Why?
Big switch up happening.
Yeah, why Sand King?
Is this Ogre? Fog Caller right now.
It's Ogre. It's definitely Ogre. Yeah.
It's Ogre. I'll tell you, Gibson Lane, nothing, it's so strong.
Wyvern's left in the pool.
Yeah, that's
it's the first time it's been there.
It was not these games, but yesterday it was left in the pool as well, and it actually went untouched. I know it's like Witch Doctor for Penta, and I think Ogre for Optics, but we'll see if Empire takes it a little differently here.
Yeah, interesting.
You see Ghost Stick looking a little bit nervous there. It's like, this is it, guys. We got to take it to Game 5. Now with...
You know what? One hero we haven't seen in this series at all. I don't think it was even banned. That is a good point, Grant. But also Tidehunter.
Tidehunter.
Tidehunter banned one of the games.
Oh, really?
It was banned 3rd in one of the games, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. And well, why don't you see Tidehunter? Is it just these teams' play style? Is that why you don't see him? Like, Tidehunter is a pretty one-dimensional hero, would you say?
I don't think he's as one-dimensional as he used to be, but he may be too slow for these games.
Earth Spirit AA, comfort for Empire.
AA, very strong. I mean, already in your first 2 picks, you have far more team fight than just what an Ogre provides you, so you're happy with them. They're just sticking.
I think Vanscore also, like, he had some pretty good setups with that Earth Spirit overall throughout the game.
There's FN, the man, I would say. I mean, honestly, even though they're down 2-1 right now, has probably had the best series out of just everyone playing in this tournament so far. He's been killing it lately.
Very comfortable.
He has.
So do they grab the Wyvern even though there's an AA Earth Spirit? I think they're probably going to steer away from it.
Why is Wyvern bad versus those two?
Pure magic damage on both of them. And they don't have physical output from the Witch's Curse.
Yeah. Cold Embrace literally a sitting duck for good Ice Blast. I'm still curious on the Sand King. The only thing I could kind of puzzle out is that the Sand King OD is such a strong combination that maybe they're afraid of another FN OD with the Sand King support behind it.
I think it might allude to what I was talking about in the last one, is where that's the only one that they've played where it's a farming for. Now we look again at the supports on Empire, they don't have farming support heroes. Both of these are just team fighters. They can't push waves out. The Sand King's one of those heroes that they played. It does farm, it pushes lanes out. OpTic now, they get the Saxa Coddle. Yep, it's been left a few times, but they haven't chosen until now.
They have, and I would say besides, Liquid supports, I would say Saxa back when he was on DC, right, he was probably the premier Coddle player. It's good to see him back over his little bit of break.
Yeah.
And what is Coddle? I mean, we've seen him banned out. Why are our teams banning him? Is it just because he can push as a support, he can get farm? Like, what else does he do that makes him so scary?
I mean, Mana Leak, Blinding Light are super frustrating abilities. Being able to just recall and outnumber your opponent is pretty massive. The thing is about this hero is it can be very high skill intensive, like just making the decisions around the map. Sometimes you can just feed and the hero can look useless, but a very good player on it can make it look almost abusive.
I think we were talking about how Furion just doesn't really feel like the same kind of offlaner he used to be. I think he was one of the few heroes that actually allowed split pushing opportunities in this current patch and the previous patches as well. Split pushing really hasn't been. It's been more like a small tool to open up something else. Like the enemy team is doing Roshan or something, you're going to split push. They're trying to take that tier 1 tower, you don't want to contest, you're going to split push. But it was never like the way to actually win the game. Furion was pretty much the only hero that allowed that to be an actual way to win games. And I think Coddle is the other hero that actually allows you to be able to win games off of split pushing. He's just able to stall out games so well.
Yeah.
And simultaneously, like he stops pushes and it allows your team to be able to split push for you. It's very unique.
Yeah, does Coddle steal too much farm from cores? Is this where you're going to see maybe a CC&C Dragon Knight, possibly, instead of like a Medusa or a farm-heavy one? It feels like he absorbs a lot of farm.
I mean, one of these cores from OpTic is certainly going to be relatively self-sufficient and not going to be super farmy. Isn't going to be focusing on neutrals or ancients or anything like that. Okay. But there is going to be another core that is going to be, I think, pretty lane shovey. That is actually going to be operating with the Coddle and the Recall. And then you're going to have another core that really operates off of Ancients. I think when you have a Coddle, I think that would be best to be able to have one of those like Dusa, Sven type heroes that is able to just reliably stay in that jungle, stay safe, continue to get a farm advantage.
Yeah.
Do you think maybe OpTic could want something like a Phantom Lancer, the old school combo with the Coddle? I mean, it's still early to tell because usually you want to see a bit more with it, but could maybe be an option.
Yeah, and then you see the Tide Omni band here, like you guys were talking about, just two very heavy mid-game, strong offlaners.
They both set up really well off of Ancient Apparition or Spirit, and I think they're also like offlaners that scale because our supports aren't going to scale so well on the side of Empire. That this is. Like, again, a big advantage that OpTic is able to gain through almost every single one of their games, that their supports always have larger impact late game.
Yeah. So they go for the puck again. This is the heavy team fight that they drafted in the other game.
Yep, instead of Sand King, it's an Earth Spirit, but pretty much the exact same draft besides that.
I think OpTic can go for something along the lines of those, like maybe not now anymore because of the puck too, but they have Sniper or Bloodlust, so they can go for Sniper and stuff.
Commander.
Nice.
There's a new young lady on there, and it's, I mean, what is Legion? Why do you take a Legion here against these three heroes? Like,
I think press the
this
attack.
early.
Press the attack purges some of the debuffs coming out from Team Empire.
Yeah, silences
As well, and
gives them so much wave push. I feel like OpTic really prioritizes that. Like Coddle, Legion Commander, these two heroes, good luck pushing high ground.
It actually would have been the preferable option for them against that Shadow Demon Luna, I think, matchup when we were talking about a little bit changes in drafts, right? This is definitely, and I think another small thing. I think the biggest thing is the lane push, but another small thing is it's a really good lockdown versus the puck.
Wraith King versus the Coddle. I was questioning if they would do that one because of how good Mana Leak can actually be versus that hero, but they do go for it. It's very comfort for Silent, so they're just going back to their full stable.
But like you said, that is kind of crazy. I mean, obviously, the level 15 Talon is no mana cost, right?
I think it's 20.
Is it 20?
It's 20, yeah.
So you're going to have
maybe
20 levels
Midas
to get mana leaked? That seems...
yeah, that's why he gets
rough.
Midas as well.
I think they want to have that solidified stun in the tri-lane so they can land the Earth Spirit roll plus the AA Cold Feet.
It's crazy, though. The one time you pick Wraith King is against mana leak. To me, that's nuts. Obviously, I don't know as much about Dota as you guys, but I find that nuts.
Yeah, Endless Grant's not here today.
Yeah, he's not here. I'm just asking questions.
Yeah, if you wanted to...
Fog.
Oh, no.
I actually can't believe this is the first Lone Druid that we've seen. I think this hero is absurd, especially when we saw the display from Secret at DreamHack.
I mean, we 100% knew that OpTic was going to take like the better, like they were going to have the late game guaranteed win, right? With the way they're setting up with both Coddle and Legion Commander, plus the Ogre to amplify somebody up, they were going to have that like, we don't care if it's past 50 minutes, we've auto-won the game sort of thing.
And
so Lone Druid is certainly that hero.
And now they can move their supports around so much, right? They can do Coddle, Legion Commander, dual offlane, leave the Lone Druid in a 1v1 versus what we assume is going to be Ghostic on the puck. Lone Druid is amazing in every single one of those 1v1 matchups. And they've got Bloodlust for the bear. They've got Press the Attack for the bear. They can really siege buildings quite heavily with this pick.
The Wraith King used to be have a way to counter the Lone Druid Bear, right? Because his crit did more damage, but that's no longer a thing.
That is no longer
a thing.
RIP. And now you see DK is banned out, obviously. I mean, now that you have Lone Druid Coddle, you have your two major farmers. You want some that can just maybe frontline even with that bear.
Do you think Empire will ever consider that Conga as their mid as well? One thing that Team Secret was able to pull out against a lone druid.
I don't think it's an FN hero, really.
Yeah,
That's one of those heroes like you talk about, like a lot of people can play, like Quaps, every mid player can play that. Kunkka seems like a super specialty hero, right? For a lot of people.
I don't want to throw away secrets here. Sorry, Midwin, if you're listening, but he actually said he didn't think that it went that well as a mid hero versus lone druid. He actually likes it particularly more for versus the gyrocopter, but afterwards he was like, man, this is actually great versus lone because you can X the bear, you do good in the lane. But I don't know if that's an Empire here, and that doesn't breathe FN to me.
Yeah. So lone druid, that's going to be the Pycat hero. Obviously, I asked CCNC's like, I've never played that hero in my life. So they're going to need a mid hero on OpTic, and then Empire as well. Probably. I mean, they could put Puck middle, but it seems like Empire pretty much just runs it always in the off lane.
They need a carry mid, right? Like something that scales a little bit better. Or they just go for the push and
go hard. Yeah. Death Prophet. Is Death Prophet bad here versus OpTic Gaming's lineup? Is it too bad versus Lone Druid?
I mean, I was thinking OD in part because of the Legion Commander. I think.
I think that they need a non-greedy mid because they have Legion Commander as well as Lone Druid.
Yeah, for OpTic. Yeah.
I think
for OpTic.
Do they really want to throw the puck off lane versus a lone druid though? That's the one thing I'm just like.
Well, you see,
maybe they can aggro
OpTic agreed with you.
Yeah, OpTic's banning the bat.
They're wondering. Even though they do have the Legion Commander, they're still like, I mean, CIS teams, you just don't want to give them the Bat Rider. It's very scary in their hands. And running out of time now. Here we are. Viper. Another hero we haven't seen today. We saw a little bit yesterday, but
that disables both of Wraith King's pass, or just disables both of Wraith King's passives. Yeah.
And they take the sniper.
Okay. OD or sniper versus the lone druid. Yeah. I think those are the two heroes.
This feels like it's going to be a super action-packed first 20 minutes in this game with, I mean, you got to vie to get that. I mean, Roshan control's been super important, I've noticed, in this series especially. So, guys, we see all 10 heroes here. Fogged.
You want me to go first?
You are 0-3. I didn't want to call you out.
No, I got one right.
Did you?
You got the last game right.
Okay, I'm just so used to you being wrong. Pardon me. What are you thinking about?
I love Lone Druid as a hero. I have to go with OpTic in this one.
Okay.
Yeah. I think so too. They set up for a good Lone Druid game. OpTic Gaming's gonna take it.
I think Sniper was the best choice here for Team Empire, but I'm still gonna go with OpTic. I think Lone Druid is kind of crazy as a hero, and I think the Viper really helped settle their. It kind of brought the lineup together. They needed pretty self-sufficient mid that just kind of caused chaos and was able to fight early.
Okay, makes sense. And I saw right before that it actually was Van's core on that Earth Spirit. They're probably going to swap, but you never know. We'll see. So we are going to throw it over to our casters. It is going to be Lumi and Lyrical for game number 4.
Thank you so much, Grant. Lumi, it's potentially the final game in this series here. OpTic one away from their first LAN win as an organization. Do you think they have the draft to do it?
I think they do. This draft in particular really just showcased that how skillful OpTic is as a team, because the first couple games we've been seeing more of what OpTic traditionally plays. And right from the get-go, if you kind of cover up the team name and ask me who is playing OpTic's draft, I would tell you it's Team Liquid or Team Secret. It kind of looked like it, right? With Matumba Man playing the Bear, of course, with GH playing the Kato and stuff like that. So it just really shows the versatility of OpTic. But it's one thing to draft it. It's another thing to play it. We'll see if they are able to play this draft.
Absolutely. Well, moving out across the map here, it's going to be Silent playing a different hero this time around. It's the Wraith King. Obviously, he's been playing it a lot throughout the tournament, but in this series, we haven't seen it come out yet. How do you feel about this hero as a whole? It got a couple of changes in the last patch. Do you think it's still pretty solid? Is it stronger than it was before?
It definitely is stronger, because one of the traditional weakness to the hero is the fact that you can't actually ancient farm that effectively, or actually just farm in the jungle that quickly. And the new changes made it much easier for it to farm the jungle.
Yeah.
And, well, farm is a big thing.
Looks like right there as well, that's going to be Ghostic again, jumping away from PPD in the Ogre. I think we've actually seen this matchup before, just not having that lone druid in there is the little wrinkle. FN already calling for help, not necessarily a great sign, but I'm sure that he'll be okay, as it looks like it's going to be the lone druid bear maybe coming in to try and steal away that bounty run. PPD there as well. They're going to throw it at Ignite, start to trade off a couple of hits there. FN able to pick it up. I don't know if they're going to be able to punish this. It's a good amount of damage onto PPD, throwing out the first shrapnel as well. He's taking a lot of damage there, but it's just going to be the service of giving GhostStick a better lane.
It's kind of insane that the bear could take the runes like that. I think it's a little cheaty.
A little cheaty.
It feels cheaty.
We also saw down bottom they were able to de-ward the one observer ward placed down, so a little bit better start there for the Wraith King, getting some experience and everything else, but it's going to be an interesting lane. It's again, the cold feet comboed together with the stun. Might be a little bit rough onto Zai, although he can go for the purge as well if he wants to later. Stun onto one. Roll forward as well. Sasha taking a ton of damage. My goodness.
Chilling touch on 3 heroes. That's a lot of damage, man.
I'll have a little bit of Kale for GhostStick there on the puck, and well, it is going to be again Empire running a tri-lane and actually going right again at Zai. This is a lot of damage. They're going to be getting an Illuminate heal going forward, but it's still going to end up being another kill going out. They take down another. Empire coming out swinging in game number 4.
Yeah, this is just showing the strength of this lane. They didn't even have Chilling Touch in engagement. It has like a really long cooldown, but it didn't matter. Zai wasn't really close to full HP anyways. They get the 2 quick kill in a row. Yeah. So what is the trade-off here, right? OpTic is clearly losing heavily on the bottom side, but the mid lane though, FN is, well, he was crying for help early on. He's getting the ogre treatment.
Yeah. 2 last hits for him right now versus the 8 and 3. But again, bottom, it's a lot of damage being dealt here onto Zai. The stun to follow it up. Still more damage. They take him down again. Feeding going on down bottom. Maybe a little bit more lags going on. Crowd saying how they're feeling about it as well.
How do you get a kill and then pause for lags, you know?
That's maybe a little bit of unintentional BM going on there as well. But still, it's a strong lane, but we talked about how rough it was for the other lanes going on as well. Top, it wasn't looking exactly great either.
Yeah, Puck is going to have a really tough time. Especially, I mean, look at what the bear is doing, right? He splits the bear up for 1 bounty rune, goes the hero with the other one. And that's how the lone druid of the new age really just accelerates ahead.
Yeah. Double bounties, doesn't lose out on basically any CS for it either.
Yep.
It's a tough go indeed. 14 and 5 also is the mid lane score for the Viper in comparison to the 5 last hits. Poor old Sniper.
So as much as Empire is winning the bottom lane, it's not enough. They need to be decimating this OpTic lane, and they're doing great, but the other 2 lanes are losing so much so.
Yeah.
Also, something that the panel brought up is that neither of these supports deal with split push that well, and that has been the OpTic strategy and playstyle throughout this entire series. And I just don't know how they're going to actually deal with the split push that is coming from the Lone Druid as well as the LC.
Yeah. Well, and we've seen also if you end up going for press the attack later on the bear as he's trying to siege, it gets that extra increase attack speed, and it's really hard to deal with.
Not only that, you have the Illuminate heal from the Aghanim Scepter of the Caudal as well. Somewhere down the, yeah.
Everything.
There's a lot of stuff for the bear.
Well, CCNC trying to dominate middle here as FN going to pick up whatever little bit of CS he can along the way as Zai again ran at down here bottom, but it's starting to feel like it's stabilized a little bit in this bottom lane.
Yeah, getting level 2 in particular is very critical, and of course getting Magic Stick on your heroes against a tri-lane is probably the best defensive item that you could purchase for measly $200 early on in the game.
I didn't see, but it looked like FN might have gotten the south canceled there or something. As he takes some more damage and is going to be forced back towards the jungle, it looks like. Brings another one out to him, in fact. And Maposhka now battling out against Caudal here. It's a lot of damage. They take him down. Silent is still low, but it looks like Zai needs to back out as the slow comes out. Do they have another one? The stun connects as well. Vanscore doing a lot of damage. Skeletons are coming after him, and they find the kill. PPD a bit too late to the party.
In fact, now the Skeletons are going onto PPD, blocking him up as well, but now Silent might be the ones in trouble. Ignite coming off cooldown in 2 seconds. Is he going to lob out the fire? He will turn it to Miposhka.
Oh, no, Miposhka
will just
trouble.
die here.
Low, but still living 14
Oh my
HP.
goodness.
All right, this could be a double kill if they're not careful. This is a lot of damage coming out from Illuminate if he wanted to throw it. Tries to shoot it. Oh, he sniped him! Brilliant play, and well, Vanscore wants to get the follow-up. Silent, does he have another stun? Gets the mana now.
Okay.
Maybe
And now,
a turnaround. The battle
another
continues.
Illuminate.
They're rolling forward. They want to try and stop it, but it's more damage coming out from the cuddle. Not quite enough to kill Silent.
Shrine up in 10 seconds if Silent wants to like do a little bit of ring around the Rosie. Yeah, he wants to stay for the Shrine.
Oh, nice play here. And it doesn't look like OpTic are going to catch wind of it either. But it might be FN. Level 4 right now is PPD getting ready to go forward for this one. They hit the Ignite there. And the Ogre is going to be able to take for him as FN dies under tower. Feels bad, man. Lordy.
Empire rotating in. They see PPD. Or do they? It is nighttime.
Well, 5 minutes in, it's 5-2. Empire ahead in terms of kills, but it does feel like OpTic might be the ones coming out on top just based off their farming. And FN again in the mid lane. They have the stun, but it's still a ton of damage there. And well, they turn their sights now onto Vanscore. It keeps FN alive for the moment.
There is a 2-level differential on the mid lane. That's just a sign of one player totally dominating the other. Bottom lane, despite the fact that Zai has died a couple of times, it looks like he will die here once again. He has a big magic stick, pops it, but not going to be enough. Silent takes a couple of right click. We'll have another Illuminate, and can he dodge it?
Yeah, he does. Nice job there from Silent. Well, they can still get a couple more hits.
He has another
onto him.
Illuminate.
Yeah, looking for the follow. Ooh, just a little bit off the mark. But again, it's so much pressure being put on a Silent. Even though they're getting a lot of kills, he's not actually
Miposhka needs to
that
run.
much.
He has another Illuminate.
Oh my god, this Coddle is just a menace. What is happening? Oh, he's super dead. Again, sniped out and rolling up top. They get the kick into the coil break. Oh, it was a sick play right there from Vanscore.
So for Kato players at home trying to play like Saksa, what you want to be doing is chakring yourself first before illuminating. The chakra magic lets your cooldown of your Illuminate gets shortened. So he was able to go back-to-back Illuminates. And now, maybe another one. On the bottom side, Miposhka is going to get chased around. This one won't connect.
Yeah.
And Zai needs to be careful.
Getting body blocked a little bit by his creep, so there's a long TP in from Silent, but they do find a catch. They're going to be able to stun. Do they have the cold feet? It's on him. Will it
Zai's
proc? It looks
dead
like
again.
the answer is yes, but they're charging up another one. Not enough damage to turn it fully.
Mid lane, FN again.
Look at this poor sniper. He's just being dove. He might even get dived under the tier 2 tower. It looks like CNC is finally going to call off the charge. But 8-3 the kills. The scary part is that Lone Druid did finish off his Midas.
Yes, he did.
The other scary part is the Coddle is about to get past the sniper in terms of net worth.
Oh, that's a feels bad for the sniper.
That's not great.
The other day when Saksa played Keeper of Light, I believe during the group stage of this event, got an 18-minute Aghanim Scepter. Coil happening on the mid lane, CCN, oh, gonna kick away once again.
Vanscore playing it well. They get the silence, find the finish, but Zai comes back in. They want to bring down Miposhka.
Oh, he's so fast, thanks to that Ice Vortex.
Nice play there as well. And now instead it's going to be PPD that maybe bit off more than he can chew. He gets brought down by Ghost Stick, a double kill, and now Silent trying to take down that Coddle. Be a big kill for him, but the mana leak, and Silent just going to have to stand there for a moment as they take the bounty barn in front of his face. Oh no.
Yeah, I'm surprised that he got so close. Not afraid of the crit at all, man.
Yeah, not afraid of anything. Well, it is the Coddle who is felt to be the difference maker in this one, kind of becoming the new off-lane hero, honestly. It's ahead of the Legion as well.
Oh, he's really the one that's not dying.
Yeah.
Picking up a ton of kills as well. And this is where he really transitioned into the jungle and started stacking for himself and, well, taking all the farm.
All right, PPD level 3. He is found. Cold Feet are going to proc here. Actually, no, excuse me. Press the attack. Take off immediately. He's just going to waltz away for the moment.
That's kind of what was meant to happen in this lane, but Team Empire was doing much better job kind of chain stunning. And they never actually had the opportunity to use press the attack because Zai was really the one that was constantly being chain stunned.
Well, Meanwhile, a TP away for Puck, realizing that there might be a chance for a kill here. Coil connects, Vanscore thinking about kicking him away. Ice Blast gonna come in, does connect, they find the kill. FN getting a little bit of catch-up gold.
This is very strong recovery from Team Empire. Just constantly ganking the solo lanes that were doing well. And as a result, I think Lone Druid as well as the Viper is going to miss out on their timing as well. Vanscore rolling in.
Oh, PPD, he's going to be found again. Yeah, this should be a kill. He does have Assassinate still, so no matter what, he's going down. FN finds another one. Much needed. Maybe a recall coming in. They've got Zai, the pushback. Well played again. They don't have level 6, though, but nonetheless, they will be able to find the kill with Lone Druid.
Yep. The Ice Blast.
What? No! Both feet, they got Zai, almost going to bring him down. That should be a kill.
Shatter, what an Ice Blast by Miposhka.
That was sick.
They did lose a tier 1, and Pycat did last at the building. So the magical timing of Lone Druid is 13 or 14 minutes with Midas and Radiance. That was kind of the new record being set by Ace in one of the recent tournaments. Pycat, even though he died once or twice, did have like tower assets to kind of prop him back up. But we'll see if it's going to meet the timing. I doubt it. But
I mean, that's the best timing ever, right? Like, it's still pretty
best,
good for here. I think that their draft has put them in a great position as CCNC is starting to siege the tower. They've got PPD in the area as well. Might spot out at least FN. They may not have an inkling that Vanscore is there also as they roll forward, find the catch, magnetize to follow. They're going to be able to reapply, but they can't get to press the attack to turn it. Ice Blast coming in as well. It's going to connect. It's a nice play. Connects there as Zaya takes them down. A ton of damage. They're in the nether toxin. That's going to be enough damage. Possibly no. Damage goes to FN instead.
Oh man, that was a good mana by Zai. I think if he decided to run away, that would have been guaranteed his death. At least he made a go for the kill. Now PPD on the back line.
Get out of here.
All right.
We need wards.
Well, I don't know if you'll be warding behind your tier 1 and tier 2s right there, but immediately I do believe Vanscore pinged out that there is a ward up on the high ground, and he would be correct in assuming that.
Yep. They recognize what's happening there. All right, well, a little bit of a fun game so far. 15-6. It's still OpTic in the lead because this Lone Druid has just been able to get so much farm. How do you see the next couple of minutes of this game unfolding for either team?
I think OpTic is looking to keep on playing passively because they need to hit their key timing, which is the Radiance and the Aghanim Scepter on the Keeper. Once you have both of those items finished around the same time, you just never look back and you win the game.
A little bit of a scouting Ice Blast there. As Ancient Apparition wanted to take a peek at the bottom lane. And FN starting to catch up again, like we said. He gets himself a little bit of extra damage there by virtue of Zai, as it looks like Empire trying to push down that tier 1 tower in the top lane. But not if the Coddle can say anything about it. So we see here as well, PPD moving through the jungle. No more wards on him, just boots in the smoke. It feels like it's a little bit more passive until they get towards that, as Ghostic and Vanscore are moving around and seeing if they can possibly find a kill here. Roll forward, they connect onto one. It's a nice initiation as they are going to be able to find that kill onto Zai.
Man, Empire is actually playing really well right now. One of the best way to kind of fight against this strategy that OpTic has is just constantly just run at them. High tempo gameplay. Divide Dota, going back to the roots, and they are doing just that. It really benefits when you have these heroes that have really low cooldown. Unlike having the Luna core that they had a couple games in a row, there is no long cooldown ultimate, right? It's just Dream Coil, Ice Blast. These are pretty much ready to go every single engagement.
The scary part is, of course, that Coddle is constantly going to be able to keep these lanes at least not pushing into their towers. As the Illuminate Blast comes out one time, it's going to be able to go for a second round of it, and that whole creep wave is gone.
He is good at kind of protecting the towers, but Kato is very weak in actual fights right now. And I think that's where Empire is striking.
Definitely. Roll in. They found themselves another pickoff here, potentially. Lone Druid going to get caught by the Ice Blast. Pycat taking a lot of damage, and, well, he can try and turn and fight all he wants, but he's dead.
Yep.
Did get the relic completed. So at least that item was picked up for him. 17-6. I mean, for the fact that they're more than doubling them up in kills, it really doesn't feel like it's that serious of a winning position right now for Empire.
They are getting a ton of kills, but that's it. They're not out farming OpTic. They're not out pushing OpTic. And that's why they're still, despite leading by, what, 9, 10 kills, they're still down gold, which is really unfortunate for Empire. Now, finally, they're looking to start taking some objectives.
Their first Tier 1 tower of the game, as GhostTic and FN going to start to push for it. But in the meantime, it's going to be OpTic almost taking down a Tier 2 tower bottom.
Yeah.
So, a lot of damage dealt to that one. Mid is already down as well. They will finally get this tower taken with the skeletons and everybody else. But maybe if they could find a kill here on the CCNC. Zaya's right behind him though, ready to defend the roll forward. They want to get it. There's the Magnetize. Is it taken off immediately? Ice Blast is going to connect though. It's still a lot of damage. GhostTic finds the catch as well. And now with the coil, Zai trying to TP away. Does he manage to get out of there? Yes, he does. So they lose CCNC.
Yeah, good blinding light there. Even though CCNC did die in that vicinity, he drew essentially all 5 heroes. So, of course, you never wanted your mid player to die, but that was really good space creation. And that means now Pycat doesn't have to worry about gank, and he gets to essentially finish his Radiance.
So what to you is the big turning point where Empire's lead and kills start to really transition into also a complete and total lead in the game?
So right now Empire is doing a very good job delaying the key items from coming out. They're killing Pycat repeatedly. They're making Saksa participate in these fights instead of farming. The next timing that Empire needs to hit is to, once the item gets finished, you fight where the Lone Druid isn't and kind of win those fights. It doesn't matter if he has a very early Radiance timing if he doesn't get to use it. And that's generally how Team Secret has been losing their Lone Druid games, where Pycat gonna get ganked again, Ice Blast, doing so much work. Yeah. And again, I mean, right now, killing the Lone Druid over and over is an excellent way to go.
Absolutely. And it feels like it does take so much effort to get one of those objectives, but if they keep on killing the Lone Druid like this, it doesn't even matter. Just make it happen.
It almost feels like they have done enough to kind of delay and slow him down.
Yeah, it's Sniper who's starting to become a problem. 2 TPs in, Zai spots all of this out. This could be a nice pickoff here. They're able to catch these heroes. Zai looking for the opening, takes down Maposhka right at the start, now the Toxin on top of it, and that one is going to be a not win. But they are still going to be able to find the kill. And now Vanscore also going to drop. They do get the cold feed. It's a lot of damage. Is he actually going to end up dropping? They lose Zai. 2 dead. Or excuse me, just 1 dead there. PPD going to be the second.
And looks like CCNC will get recalled out. CCNC went for the secondary kill by start switching target, but they didn't have enough damage to get the duel victory. So that was a little bit unfortunate. But again, that was a 2-for-2 trade in the opposite side of the map. And the rest of OpTic is farming.
Right.
So the kill score looks like a huge disparity, but I actually think that OpTic is still okay.
Yeah. Well, the Coddle is going to have his Ags completed fairly soon. There is a Blink Dagger on Puck and a good portion of the way towards his Yule Scepter as well. Zai wanted to get a little bit frisky with Silent, but
top lane looks like
happen.
Ice Blast as well as Puck jumps in, but CCNC quickly TPs out.
Yeah, he should live through that one. Only a level 1 Ice Blast, and the Radiance is going to be completed just under 18 minutes for the Lone Druid. As Zai continues to struggle for his Blink Dagger, 2, 9, and 3. I don't think we've seen a scoreline from like that from Zai for a really long time.
Yeah. I mean, he pretty much got the hardest lane thrown at him, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mid lane, my goodness gracious. That is a dead Ogre, as Empire, again, trying to push, but no creeps. They never have creeps. Another Illuminate spam is going to come out. They do have GhostTic up there on the high ground. CCNC and Zai moving forward. It's a good amount of damage there on the Maposhka, and they have to back out here to come on. Woo! That was almost a dead Ancient Apparition there.
If they want to be super next level, they could lift the creep wave when they see the Illuminate coming. I don't know if that's worth the long cooldown, though.
No, probably not. God, look at this. This mid tower has survived for so long. Like, a team that's up 22 kills to 8 should normally be able to take more than just 1 tower. Not happening in this game.
Radiance finished. And how's the Axe coming? Axe is also finished. And there's still a tiny bit of daytime left.
Oh man, are they gonna make this happen here? I mean, the scary thing is that, you know, around the next nighttime cycle when it's day again, there's a chance that OpTic could move in towards like a Roche pit, take that one away, and honestly take down the rest of those towers.
Yeah. Speaking of Roshan Pit, I feel like Team Empire needs to take it the next night. Or else I think OpTic might be able to walk in and take it. Empire want to fight during the daytime. They will find CCNC all by his lonesome self.
Now, the unfortunate part is they really need that puck to be the one to start the fight for them. Or if the Earth Spirit's able to get into position as well. But neither was really able to find that Viper there in the mid lane. And again, Empire going to take a little bit of time for themselves. It feels like this nighttime is going to be a big moment for them if they can make something happen.
Unfortunately, their smoke just ended. They see the bear. If they could get the bear kill, this will be pretty big.
Yeah, it's
good
not a
amount of
bad one.
chains done. 300 gold.
No, they
Get the
connect
bear.
there. They're not willing to go for it. Mid lane. They're all wrapping around onto FN. Jump forward, blink. They get the duel as well. Able to connect, starting to bring them low. Vanscore a little bit late to the party. It's going to be a good ice blast. The full assortment of damage comes out. OpTic lose 2. Empire again hitting hard.
Did they even get the kill? No, Puck just actually phased and blinked himself out. They don't get anything, and now it's going to be PPD dying under his building.
A double kill for FN. And that's the tier 1 tower taken. They're getting stuff done during nighttime.
Well, I mean, that was OpTic handing the play on to them on a silver platter, right? Like, there was no reason for them to actually go for the engagement. Of course, they didn't have the vision that we did. Perhaps they only thought there was only one hero. Here's the problem with the LC in this particular draft. They don't really have that much burst damage. The only burst damage is coming in from Coddle.
Oh, if they find the Coddle here, there's the Dream Coil.
He can pour it out
He's
now.
in trouble. He brought in Zai with them. What are you planning on doing here, buddy? They get the lift up onto one. Stun's going to connect. The Ice Blast is going to follow through onto this. They bring in Pycat as well. And now the fear, now the duel, now the kill. That's what they wanted.
Assassinate coming through, Saxa's dropping low. He's actually, in fact, recalling more people into the fight.
Oh, FN, as he stepped too far forward, PPD gets him. They bloodlust the bear. It's big, it's bad, and it wants to eat him up. Vanscore also trying to TP out.
Oh,
He gets
the blinding
broken. Saxa, oh my god.
Oh
Have
my
mercy.
God. Saxa is really just solo carrying the game right. Well, not solo carrying the game, but he's playing really well in this fight. Bringing in multiple people, so surprising Team Empire with a numbers advantage. And of course, the control, the damage that he's able to output. And they're pushing during nighttime.
Yeah, this is where things get real scary. You've got, I mean, Zai doesn't even need to actually do that much in this game. If he press the attacks the bear, it's going to do so much damage to these towers. And, well, 20 seconds with no sniper. They're going to finish this off here.
Ice Blast will fly in.
Connects onto 4, including the bear. Daytime's still a little ways away. And it looks like with that Ghost Stick, we'll take the kill. Resummon comes out. Dual mid in the lane. It's going to connect here. Starting to bring him low. It is going to be a win. Zai getting a little bit of damage for himself.
Man, the fact that Zai is still being effective despite how poor his early game was just really shows how strong of a player he is.
Yeah. Well, Empire, we talked about it the whole time, how it didn't really feel like they were maybe taking enough of an advantage off of all of those kills that they had. How
Saxa.
worried are you right now? Oh, wait.
Bottom side.
Well, actually, top side as well. There's multiple kills going on as they're trying to run down and score. They are going to be able to find the kill onto that Coddle. In the meantime, the Earth Spirit got out.
I would be extremely concerned if I Team Empire, because this is pretty much as good of an early game as you could ask for when it comes to the kills.
Right.
Obviously, Sniper had a rough time laning, so did the Puck, but they recover admirably.
Oh, they're
But still.
thinking about it. They force out the blink, and Silent,
Oh, look at
he
the
is
bear.
getting eaten up. They've got the duel if they want to use it. It's for the second round. Ghost Stick jumps forward, gets the silence. It's still going to be a kill. Ice Blast going to connect now onto 3.
Blink.
Do they have enough to bring him down?
Nice.
Good play there from Silent to get
Zai
out.
still has Blink Duel if he actually gets the sniff off. Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, he's getting out of there.
Well, it is daytime, and Kato is alive, so let's see how they will want to play this. Some teams just opt for the straight-up push. Sometimes teams just want to go for the more vision play, like get a gem on the Kato and just start de-warding around. But we'll see what OpTic opts for.
Well, they also have the possibility to go in towards Roshan now with the cooldown for Wraith King still at about 90 seconds. There's definitely a possibility to move in, take that one away, and start to think about sieging. But first, maybe a pickoff. Oposhka is up here in the top lane with FN. They're moving in. Recall as well.
Duel.
Zai jumps forward, finds him. And that one was always going to be a kill.
Unfortunately, I don't think OpTic has enough physical damage to actually claim the Roshan, but they could drop some very good wards. No, they're gonna go for the Roche. Oh, I forgot it. They have Pressy attack.
Yeah.
Just kidding. They do definitely have enough damage for it.
Yeah, that's rough. That's gonna drop very quickly. They smoke up, assassinate there onto the Coddle, showing that they have some vision. PPD able to break that smoke as they go forward for it, but it is still gonna be a dead Ogre. Maybe putting a little bit of fear into the heart of OpTic as
Okay.
Cat, they jump forward. He's actually out of there already, and it looks like the rest of OpTic should be able to escape, but that leaves open Roshan.
At half HP, of course, Kato on the back line giving flying vision.
Yeah.
Not exactly sure that Team Empire could stand in the pit and take Illuminate all over the place. At best, what Empire wants to be doing is to prevent the Roche, right? To stand around the area, make sure that OpTic can't do it now, and then look to do it themselves during nighttime. But no, they're going to go right in.
Well,
Blinding Light's going to be super annoying.
yeah, they see it the whole time as well. Press the attack, takes off one, the jump forward, it's not
Okay.
going to be there. They end up taking it away. That's going to be Aegis right now into FN. They did end up actually getting the Roche kill at least on OpTic, but CCNC gets hit by the Ice Blast. He might end up going down to that one. FN very low. He is going to end up dropping. That's Aegis out of there already. Now, Wraith King, he's back into the midst of it as well. Ghostic jumped forward. Zai doesn't have any way to stay on top of him. Silent ends up getting the stun, but CCNC is doing away. And instead, they're able to try the fight. A great play there as well. Silent trying to do the damage they need to, but he's going to end up going down. They find that kill as well. 1-for-1 exchange right now as far as the heroes left alive, but they take down the Ogre. FN, is he going to end up getting out of there? Vanscore tries to get the stun to keep them all back, but they will have another catch there.
Oh,
and with the mana leak, they get the stun. They get the kill. That's another down.
I mean, that was a really, really messy fight for both sides. Even though OpTic did win that engagement, it was a very costly one. Zai gave away even more dual damage. I think Wraith King was able to pick up 14. They lost the bear, I believe, once in that engagement to the Wraith King, so he picked up 300 extra gold. Yes, they still won the big victory, but I think Team Empire also got quite a bit in that engagement.
Yeah, and denying the Aegis. It's the other really important part, but it's going to be a tier 2 tower assaulted now, and it's hard to stop this. I mean, sure, they've got the Ice Blast to throw out there, but at the same token, it's not really slowing them down that much.
Yep.
Oh, FN? No, they're not going to be able to go for that any further.
Daytime is going to be down in 1 minute.
Well, all tier 2 towers now taken for OpTic, with only one claimed for Empire and still a tier 1 remaining in the bottom lane. It's an AC done for PyCat. How does Empire deal with this? Oh, we might have to hold that thought. They're moving in. It looks like they want a battle. Still 20 seconds until nighttime.
I mean, if they want to kill the bear, they can. They have a lot of stuns, like Cold Feet, Storm, or Hellfire Blast.
Oh, Mana Leak again. They have an Illuminate charging up. Ice Blast, it's not going to be released, and well, it ends up passing over the heads of CCNC and PyCat. Not just a dead Ancient Apparition for 50 seconds.
They go high ground.
With no buyback.
Yeah, even though it's nighttime and they don't get the heal from Illuminate, they don't need it. Press the attack on the bear. Let's go. Look at that.
Look at the damage. They're coming back. They do have a Radiance there, done for the Wraith King. And it looks like with the glyph popped, OpTic are going to back.
Okay. Tier 2 top. There's a lot of farm there if anyone want to port back. And when you have a Kato, you never worry about getting split push, right? For example,
Yeah.
CCNC now ports back to defend. He can get global recall back to where the team is. It feels so nice to play with a Kato on your team.
Well, BKB's in the works next for Viper after finishing off that Maelstrom and the Hurricane Pike. Silent did go for the Radiant, so it's another way to, help accentuate their farm and maybe take them to the later stage carry.
I don't know if there's going to be a later stage at all, though.
That's a good point. Well, Next couple minutes, thinking about possibly another Aegis. We've got a Force Staff on A as well as a Gem. He wants to try and maybe help mitigate the damage, but honestly, it's just going to be the Kato Ags that's a huge problem regardless.
The one big concern for Team OpTic right now is the fact that the sniper is getting to a very dangerous territory in terms of both farm and damage output. And because how poorly Zai has been doing, he can't reliably blink duel for a suicide kill on the sniper.
Right.
It feels like he even dies before the sniper. And that's a concern. If sniper stays alive, I think the sniper could even kite, the Kato and even the Lone Druid Bear.
We see the call right now coming out from each side as it looks like it's going to be OpTic heading along the top side, seeing if they can push out that lane. Roshan still a long time before it responds as well. There's a Blade Mail done for Legion Commander, which might help to turn the scales into their favor as well. But yeah, FN is definitely a problem. Oh, Manta, a little bit of a different pick than we normally see. What do you think about that?
Manta for
the sniper. Oh, well, hold that thought. My God, look at the damage.
All right.
Blade Mail's pretty good.
Yeah.
Now being recalled?
No, the Yule Scepter.
Yeah. All right, there you go. Well, they get a return kill at least, but it hurts to lose your sniper like that.
Yeah, so he was able to go for the solo pickoff when there's nobody there, but in actual team fight, that LC will get focused down super fast.
Right.
But still, that was a great pickoff, and Zai is making the good recovery. You talk about the Manta style, I think that is a kind of a precise reaction that you could Manta dodge or Manta delay the duel, and that makes Zai work a little bit harder. Of course, you can Manta dodge Viper Strikes and things like that. And more importantly, get a very reliable way to get off the blinding light. I think that's probably reason number one. You just don't want to be missing your attacks when caught up blinding you.
Look at this. Double catapult wave with Lone Druid going towards an Aghanim Scepter as well. This is scary times coming up soon for Empire. We've all seen how ridiculous this combination can be and how hard it is to lock down a split-pushing Lone Druid. But with the Force Staff and Glimmer Cape, and as well having that recall, it does really feel like OpTic is the team that's capable of just keeping track of everything around the map, just waiting for that next daytime. And they can go for it. Kind of interesting there, the Lone Druid ended up going for the attack speed as opposed to the cooldown. But, well, again, a push for bottom. Looking like they want to try and find a couple heroes here. Ghostic. Maybe with an inkling that something's happening, they realize now, and now that's going to be rolled for. Just barely clips him. Fan score finds the finish. That was well done. Glimmer Cape? There's no way. There's no way. Yeah, silently kills him off. But it is just the Coddle taken down right there.
I mean, Kato is kind of the vision machine, though. So taking him down is actually pretty big, and he's also a big part of the movement of OpTic being funneled around in these different parts of the map. So it's just a very good pick.
All right, PPD going to be pushing out all of these waves since Kato is off the map for the moment. Also going to be able to Bloodlust the Bear. In the meantime, Empire pushing along this bottom lane.
No Kato.
This is a little bit of a scary moment. Still 20 seconds for him to be on the sideline. And able to finish off that last tower. Roshan capable to respawn in just a few seconds here. We'll see how long it takes.
Looks like Silent is also working towards the Manta style, unless you were already pointing out that one.
Yeah, the very, very kind of Vanscore there to spread the info to everybody. But yeah, it's a little bit of a different build for Wraith King than we're used to seeing. The Radiant Manta style. You get an Octarine afterwards?
No. I think it's more for the blinding light than anything else.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I thought you were asking about FN's Manta style.
Oh yeah, no. But yeah, it's going to be the Lone Druid Aghanim Scepter done. Big smoke up here from OpTic as Coddle is back up. The lanes are pushing out.
If they could basically get a clean fight here, they get Rax. That's the goal behind the smoke.
Yeah. Oh, he blinked forward aggressively.
But Saksa chicken now.
I mean, the rest of his team wasn't there. You can understand that. And he has the Lincolns anyways. Oh, another orb used. Let's scout out the smoke
I
as
mean,
it
here's the thing.
expires.
There's pressure in both mid and bottom. And now Saksa sees vision on Silent.
Yeah. No reincarnation mana cost. Vanscore just right outside of the range. They do
Leak in.
get the mana leak.
Blinding
Maybe
Light.
a moment. Blinding Light pushback. There's going to be the catch. A good Yule Scepter lift up, though. And that's still going to be a ton of damage there onto the Wraith King. He's coming back, though, in just a second. Zai in trouble. He's going to drop to this one. Magnetize onto the other 3 heroes as well. Vanscore trying to chase this one down. They buy back now on Zai. Going to try and get recalled into this fight. They've lost CC&C as well. Does he want to buy back also? Are they going to keep fighting this? Another mana leak. Another pushback. GhostStick able to get another initiation, and with FN hitting onto all of these heroes, OpTic need to be careful here. But the jump forward, do they have any type of duel? They don't have anything. PPD is going to die. They're just completely outplaying them.
Saksa's also really caught out here. Are they doing any kind of rat during this? I don't think so. The base is really intact. Saksa will glimmer himself out. He will have his blink, so he will live through it. No, they are ratting.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen to you. That's going to be a lane of barracks. No, excuse me, he's going to get ran down here.
Yeah.
But it's just the bear. And again, you end up taking that tier 3 tower for the bear every time.
So I was saying, like, it feels like
Oh, jump forward duel. Able to catch another Yule Scepter, but I'm pretty sure that AA is going to still drop. A win there for Zai. They still get the stun.
Silent, though.
He actually doesn't have buyback. They jump forward, they find him.
yeah.
Another kill. 4 dead for OpTic.
I think Team Empire, or rather Team OpTic, is overplaying their hand. I like the decision to actually go for that fight at the kind of the awkward top area of the map and then go for the rat, but Pycat was just a little bit too late. And then going back for that engagement with the duel, I think he's overcommitting. Honestly, I think Zai, the only person that he should be dueling is Sniper.
Yeah. Oh, it feels like it's one of those things where you just need it to lock him down, because otherwise they don't have the avenue to do it.
Yep.
Well, Manta Style done there for Silent. And 36 to 19, it's a 3,000 gold lead for Empire. It feels like they found their footing in this game, and now possibly have a way to fight against it, but it's still that lone Druid Aghanim Scepter that's so hard to deal with.
I think one of the reasons why OpTic is struggling a little bit right now is that both of Saksa's death had very little meaning. If you die during, let's say, a base siege, your team is actually doing something positive, right? The 2 times that Saksa has died, once on the bottom, he just got caught out, which is, honest mistake. And then just now, the death that he had to buy back for, that was for an AA kill. Like, the AA kill itself has 0 meaning in this game, so I think right now Keeper is probably the most important hero for OpTic. Not the fact that he does the most damage or anything, but just the utility he provides.
Right.
And he had to waste buyback, so Saksa needs to kind of clean up his play a little bit, I think.
Well, Roshan goes down. It is Aegis and Cheese this time around. And well, OpTic maybe wanted to take that one for themselves, but it is going to be Empire that sneak it. So you look at the net worths, and it's the lone Druid on top for sure, but you've got this 3 cores of heroes on Empire's side that's looking increasingly difficult to deal with. Zai doesn't really feel like as strong of a hero as they would want out of him right now.
Yeah, Zai to me feels like a Pressy attack bot. I mean, of course he also goes Blink Duel the Sniper, that's his primary goal.
Right. But if they don't find that, which they haven't been able to, things look pretty scary. Spirit Bear there with the Shadow Blade. And Empire going to need to babysit these lanes.
By the way, they have the cheese on Silent, which is actually absolutely critical because during these fights, they're trying to mana burn Silent and then duel him for the victory. But not only does he have the talent to basically prevent that with his reincarnation talent.
It's like 3 lives, basically.
Yeah, the cheese also just... Like, these fights are actually drawing out such a long time that it is not unfeasible for you to come back alive twice in a team fight.
Right. Now OpTic pushing out top lane. It's going to be Empire, though. They've got their lanes in a good position. All of them are over the river, and they're getting ready to maybe push towards mid a little bit. How do OpTic deal with this? It's one thing to be knocking on their front door, but now they're starting to take down that tier 3 tower.
The Sniper.
Look at the range. He's just ready to plink away there, and OpTic don't really have an avenue to get on top of him.
Blinding Light, trying to slow things down.
And they hit it there, but the tower drops. FN still standing there on the low ground, and while OpTic do have vision of this, they can't really approach.
They really want to be stalling for 1 more minute if possible to fight during daytime, but I don't know if that Rax is going to get able to survive 1 more minute. Silent gets forced back.
Yeah, it was a reveal of the Shadow Blade, I believe. Silent down to half HP, but still living through this. And it's a tier 3 down. The bear is wrapping around.
All right, Radiance Burn, canceling that Urn.
Making sure that they can't just stay there forever. But it's again going to be Coddle constantly keeping these lanes pushed out. Ghostic, he's looking for an opening, but his Blink Dagger's on cooldown. And again, the bear is going to push out these lanes and force a response from Empire. But they're doing a good job of responding to it.
And I do think that Empire should probably back after this Shrine. Daytime is now back.
It's a 7,000 gold lead right here for Empire. And OpTic, even though they've got this lone druid, the Coddle that's incredibly farmed, it's shown that Empire can win a fight. Can they do it during daytime, though? That's a whole nother question.
CCNC moves forward, sees Silent. Okay, just good harass.
Damage. Oh. Silent just going to end up almost losing his life there, but they get the coil there onto 2 as well.
Okay.
Stun comes through, Ice Blast to follow. Wraith King still living. CCNC taking a good bit of damage, but Assassinate, bringing him lower. It's not going to be enough to make him pop. That was definitely an Ancient that just killed the Wraith King. But that's fine.
Yeah, it's only a 45-second cooldown.
Yeah. All right, Lumi. Do you feel like Empire have gotten back to the point where they're actually in control of this game?
I wouldn't say they're in control, but they know essentially what the weakness is of OpTic, right? If OpTic overstays their welcome, if Stoxa dies once or twice, OpTic's lead is very tenuous. That you get caught once, you know, you could just be dead.
Right.
Sniper.
I'm just going to give him a punch on the backside one time. Blade Mill as well to return the favor.
Once again, I feel like Empire has a lineup that's perhaps stronger right now in the heads-up engagement. When the fights actually break out, but are the fights actually breaking out?
Yeah, and it's OpTic just avoiding them whenever possible. They are sort of grouped up again while the bear is pushing down bottom lane, and it looks like OpTic heading into the river. Vanscore is there. They could go for a blink duel here, and in fact, they're going to make it happen with the Blade Mail. Can they take this fight? No way, no how. That's one already dead, as well as the Mana Leak now. Maposhka, and they get caught. He's in a little bit of trouble. The bear's on top of him. They find the kill, and that's another one going for OpTic. No buyback on Earth Spirit.
Man, the fact that Kato sees so much during the daytime is the reason why they're actually getting these kills. And it just looks so easy, right? Like, that wasn't Earth Spirit being out of position. That was just... And now Silent thinks the high ground's protecting him. Good blinding light.
Again, down to half mana.
Yep. Obviously, the Manta will get rid of the Mana Leak as well, but...
Well, Radiance Manta, he sends out the illusions. They're taken care of. You don't have an Ancient Apparition. You don't have an Earth Spirit. Empire now needing to hold against the push that comes out, and the bear is pushing along the top lane while this is happening. Jump forward, that's going to be the bear starting to take it down. They pull him back in after they were able to draw the attention of the puck, and this is a lot of damage onto Silent as well, but he does manage to back away. FN dealing damage as well, but the jump forward, the duel, the Blade Mail's there as well. They're trying to take him down. Is it going to be enough? They find the kill. It's actually a win for FN. He's life stealing so much through all of this. It's a ton of damage onto OpTic. They need to be careful here. They are starting to lose CCNC. Is he going to drop? They do get that kill. In the meantime, it was another tier 3 tower taken, but that was 2 cores gone for OpTic.
I feel like OpTic is pressing too hard for these kills. Their job is to delay and stretch them apart, right? The bear siege at top or siege at mid, and then the rest of the heroes siege at bottom. I feel like as soon as you commit for a low priority kill, you get into trouble. Obviously, they did go for the sniper, but just didn't have enough. How did the sniper actually survive? The blade mail was turned on, right?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he's got 20 armor right now, just base.
And a ton of lifesteal, I believe. Yeah, that's probably the big reason.
Yeah. All right, well, let's see here now. Coddle going towards a sheep stick himself. And it looks like with the Wraith King here as well. They're trying to push out all the lanes simultaneously, maybe go for a siege. GhostStick lifts up PPD. Everybody else is here. Got to be a little bit careful. Break the Lincolns, jump back again. CCNC are away from the rest of his team, but FN just gets eviscerated. The Ice Blast, it's going to be a little bit off the mark. They do get the Entangle, though. Onto Vanscore. He is gone yet again. That's 2 down for Empire. No buyback on Vanscore. Zai wanted to chase down GhostStick, but couldn't quite catch.
All right, Empire has done a very good job pushing out the waves. Zai, they're looking for a little bit more. He has duel available. Sees Miposhka. Oh,
There's
but
a
wait.
catch. Oh, he decides to turn back around and run.
Yeah. I think running is the correct choice there. But like I was mentioning, Empire has the wave so pushed in that even though that's a sniper kill, they don't really have a way to get the waves pushed to force out that buyback. In fact, it's going to be Team Empire thinking to jumping in. If they get Soxa, no, they want Zai instead.
Oh my god, he's gone in an instant.
Yeah,
There's a jump forward, wanting more, but in the fear, they force him back. Able to turn it, Silent, in some trouble, still has his ulti though. He's gonna drop here, but he does come back again. Wraithfire Blast being thrown back against all of them.
Well,
he didn't get the blink out though, and now he's gonna end up dropping. They take down Silent.
Wow, that was a perfectly timed Illuminate hitting the Wraith King as soon as he respawns. So there was no blink out like you mentioned. Then now there's another critical core kill. OpTic doing a lot during this nighttime.
Man, that's the scary part, is it's still nighttime. There's a chance that they can keep this going well through the day. Also, Roshan gonna respawn very shortly here. Just a couple of seconds. But it looks like they want to try and force the buyback out since they know that Wraith King's dead for 65 more seconds. All right, recalling another.
Soxa is very low in terms of mana. All right, BKB just on the racks, man. Glyph is going to get forced out.
Oh, it's so tough.
Sniper is punching the bear really hard. Sniper just kills the bear. And now somehow Pika got stunned on the back line. Coil on him as well.
Now they might realize what's happening. The Ice Blast is coming through. They get him. That's going to be another kill going down. Vanscore's going to drop to this one, but he's done his job already. That's a Lone Druid dead, no buyback. PPD dead, no buyback. CCNC is controlled as well. He's getting ran down. They are going to take him out as well.
And that's a dieback on CCNC. 2 heroes alive, PPD will buy back.
And I mean, with those cores gone, are they just going to run down mid here?
I think so.
All right. Well, PPD, Zai, and Soxka, the only ones left alive now for OpTic. If they wanted to, they could go back in for Roshan, but FN, he smells blood and wants to push for it. A little bit of talk about the lag going on as game is going to go back underway. A couple more seconds for the Wraith King. Can he join his teammates in the fight? Looks like the answer is yes with the TP, and Dagon's picked up now as well for the Coddle. Needing something right now to just be able to survive. 60 seconds on the sideline for the Viper. They popped the glyph already. Zai looking for an opening. Who's he going to catch? Can he catch anybody? Jumps forward, finds FN, the blade mail's
The
there,
Yules
but the Yule
again.
Scepter again, he's keeping him alive. He's starting to drop Lotus, push back. They've got down Zai, he's dead as well. They're chasing PPD. Empire realizing that their life is on the line and they want to make it all the way through and push this to a game number 5. Oh my goodness, only the Coddles left. The Lone Druid is back up in 15 seconds as Empire are going to take another lane of barracks.
2 racks. They're going to just go for the tier 4. There's so many heroes dead. Lone Druid is going to be back, but not going to have the bear
is
yet.
called. OpTic end up dropping in that one as Empire able to take this one out and push it to a game number 5. We knew it was going to be a good series. Lumi, if you're OpTic, what do you need to do next in this final game?
So